Hey guys, it's me, Morgan Thomas. This time I'm not gonna be shy. I'm not gonna force myself to quit. I'm going to read part of the Life Recovery Bible. Okay, should be down here. Wherever it is. Oh, there it is. Be right back. um, Life Recovery Bible. Okay. I'm gonna start off with okay. Chapter 8, Genesis number 8, page 14. The flood recedes. But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and livestock with him in the boat. He sent a wind to blow across the earth, and the flood waters began to recede. The underground waters stopped flowing, and the torrential rains from the sky were stopped. So the flood waters gradually receded from the earth. After 150 days, exactly 5 months, they came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Yeah, he really did. 2.5 months later, as the waters continued to go down, other mountain peaks became visible because of the water raining down. Well, it probably stopped raining that time, and you could see the mountains. After another 40 days, Noah opened the window he had made in the boat and released a raven. The bird flew back and forth until the floodwaters on the earth had dried up. Because the water, it, it, the bird kept coming back and back because there was water. And then when it came back with something, that means somewhere there's a place dry. And then it went off, couldn't come back, and then he knew that the bird found something. Let me find where I was reading. He also released a dove to see if the water had receded and it could find dry ground. But the dove could find no place to land because the water still covered the ground. So it returned to the boat, and Noah held out his hand and drew the dove back inside. I heard that story. After waiting another 7 days, Noah released the dove again. This time, the dove returned to him in the evening with a fresh olive leaf in its beak. I told you, it found a dry place. Then Noah knew that the flood waters were almost gone. He waited another 7 days and then released the dove again. This time it did not come back because that it found something. Okay, yeah. Noah was now 601 years old. On the first day of the new year, 10.5 months after after the flood began. The flood waters had almost dried up from the earth. Noah lifted back the covering of the boat and saw that the surface of the ground was drying. 2 more months went by, and at least the earth was dry. Okay, let me tell you something about Adam and Eve, the first people on earth, I think. Well, Adam and Eve, I'm just giving you a fact about it if you didn't know. Well, Adam and Eve, God sent them to the Garden of Eden to take care of the garden, all those trees, all those animals and stuff. Well, and then there was a tree in the middle of the garden that was the bad tree. The tree of good and evil. I think that's what it's called. Eve, she saw the snake, which it was really the creature. That creature, it told Eve to take a fruit off the tree. And she said, God said no. And then the snake said, go ahead, nothing will hurt. And then God said no. And then Eve said, okay. And then she went up to the tree, took a fruit out off of it, and then she took a... Think that was a good idea? I didn't think so. And then she went to find Adam. She said, try this. It tastes good. It was from the middle of the tree in the middle of the garden. And Adam said, why did you eat that? Take a bite of it. I think there's a lot of versions of this. I'm using one of them. And well, Eve said it tastes good, and then he said okay, and then he took a bite, and then God was mad. Okay, let's get back to the Bible. Then God said to Noah, leave the boat, all of you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Release all the animals, the birds, the livestock, and the small animals that scurry along the ground, so they can be fruitful, I think, and multiply throughout the earth. So Noah, his wife, and his sons and their wives left the boat. And all the large and small animals and birds came out of the boat, pair by pair. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and there he sacrificed his burnt offerings, the animals and birds that have been approved for that purpose. And the Lord was pleased with the aroma of the sacrifice and said to himself, I will never again curse the ground because of the human race, even though everything they think or imagine is bent toward evil from childhood. I will never again destroy all living things. As long as the earth remains, there will be planting and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night. I'm in chapter 8, and yeah, I finished chapter 8. Thank you for watching. Now, we get to talk about God for kids, if they don't know what God is. God is me, you, and everything else. He made me, he made you, he made everyone else, and everything else. He made my bed, he made the door, he made everything behind me. He made everything. He knows what he's making me talk. I can think of the words, but he's actually thinking of the words that I'm thinking before I do. But he knows everything before you. If you invent something, he knew it before you did. So, yeah. Well, I had to use Hangouts on Air because I wanted to. I don't know why. I don't know why I use it, but I do. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I might do more. Bye.